Good evening, parents, grandparents, families, teachers, staff, and students. My name is Akshay, and I came to Ravenscroft 2 years ago. I would like to start off by saying thank you guys for electing me to speak. I feel honored. Joey Raznak, you've been making fun of me about having to give this speech for the past two months, or a month, yeah. But I'm glad that this day is finally here. Before I forget, I really need a cool graduation picture for Instagram, so it would be great if you all could smile for this. I know high school has been bittersweet for almost all of us, but today I'm going to focus on the sweet part. I moved here from India and I've been living with my aunt and her family here in Raleigh. I'm really grateful for them being like my mom, dad, and siblings for the past 2 years here. I also want to thank my parents, teachers, coaches, school staff, and friends for helping me get to this point today. I think today is a great day for all of us to say thank you to them. I'm pretty sure we could not have done it without their support. Also, parents, thank you so much for everything that you do. I honestly don't know how you'll do it. Thank you for all the work you put in to make senior year so special for all of us. I had a really good time on the mechanical bull on Wednesday night. About today, I thought I was going to come up here and brag about some of our achievements as a class. For example, all the state championships that people in our grade have won, or maybe their academic success, or even their artistic and musical talent. But I feel that all of those achievements are incomparable to the impact that we have on each other in our everyday lives. All of these students sitting in front of me inspire me to do more and become a better version of myself every day. Whether it be seeing Heath Parker and Calvin Atkinson in the weight room consistently no matter the day of the week, yeah, those two should definitely get bigger. Or seeing DeMarcus Taylor working hard to recover from his knee injury to get back to playing basketball. Or even seeing Clay Baker go to physics tutorial after having a 97 in the class. I think he's trying to catch up to you, Melvin. Besides that, there are those people that just have to have some club activity every week. I remember listening to Bella Church and Lily Sykes make an announcement about one of their clubs on the last day of high school, and I thought to myself, what is wrong with these people? It's the last day of high school. Jokes apart, they did that because they're passionate about the club and they genuinely care about the activities that they participated in throughout high school. There are also people in our grade, like the girls, who share a teddy bear. I think it's pretty cute that at 18, there were tears shed over a teddy named Tiggy. Though I do think that it's great that our friendships have become so strong over the last few years that we have things in common that we can share and bond over. So on my first day of Ravenscroft, I think we were outside on the green. I walked up to Cole Malone, who was wearing his USA soccer jersey, and we started talking about soccer. I was like, I saw some of the school team players' recruiting videos. Do you know a Thompson Schollard? His name is hard. And as it turns out, Thompson was standing right next to him. It's funny how that one conversation started two great friendships. I've met so many great people during my time here, like Nevin Johnson, who must have spent several hours teaching me how to throw a football or shoot a basketball. We're still working on both of those skills, so I guess that you're not the best teacher, Nevin. Madison Taylor, once I practice some basketball, we should definitely have that one-on-one game. I'm confident that I could score a point or two against you. And Batu or James, if you want a rematch, I'm always ready. Then there's also Chris Barnett and Thompson, who took me surfing at the beach, but left me alone once we got into the water. That did not end well for me. and Zach Jessel, who was one of my first friends here. I'll miss all those times in advisory when we played Hangman, even though Miss Jones strictly warned us against it. I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. When I got here in the 11th grade, I downloaded a countdown app on my phone, which basically tells you how many days are left till a particular event, which for me was going back home in the summer. During my junior year, I think I checked the app every day because I could not wait to go back. But this year, it's been the opposite. Yes, I do have a countdown to graduation, but I rarely checked it. Because when I did, I felt a little sad because it made me realize how short a time I have remaining with all of you. There are so many things that we all share as a part of the class of 2018. Starting off with junior year, since I wasn't here before that. A place that we shared as juniors last year was the English alcove, and we took full advantage of it. There were legendary bottle flips, fights, and sports discussions, while the English teachers waited for the day that we'd be gone. Last year, something that we worked really hard on as a team was turning in our off-campus lunch forms. It was required for all forms to be turned in before any junior could go out for lunch. You might ask, how hard can it be to get 100 high school juniors to turn in a form that allows them to go out to lunch? Well, it was pretty challenging to do this. It took us about a month, but eventually, after countless reminders, we succeeded. Also, I think I was one of the last few to turn mine in, so I'm sorry about that. Moving on to this year, I think Powder Puff was a different experience for most students, considering that it was held during school hours instead of the evening, as it normally is. While I stood there, watching the game and enjoying my Bojangles chicken biscuit from the sidelines, the student coaches lost the game for us. Yes, I'm blaming the coaches. Good job, Reed. Last month, we had a senior class field trip to Adventure Landing. It was a fun day. I mean, why wouldn't it be? There were go-karts, laser tag, mini golf, and even an arcade. Daniel Jones, thanks for trying to attack me while we were on the go-kart track. After Adventure Landing, we went to Golden Corral for lunch. My highlight of that day was when almost a whole room full of seniors was engaged in a spitball battle royale at Golden Corral. If you think we're too old for that, you're wrong. We made the most of our time together and had loads of fun. After moving out of the English alcove last year, the place that we shared as seniors was the senior study hall room. I know not everyone hung out in there, but when you did enter it, especially after lunch, it had the fragrant mix of Cookout, Tenko's, Domino's, and 1,000 other restaurants. Whether anyone needed a Chromebook charger or help with homework, it was our place to go. It was also a place to go during class to hang out with friends and discuss the great questions of life, like whether water is wet or not. It is. It is. For the teachers wondering why it took me so long to get back to class from a bathroom break, it's probably because I was in there. In the study hall room. Now take a look at our amazing faculty over there. They're the reason that the class of 2018 is a bunch of overachievers. We literally have teachers who bake for us when we do well on our tests. I'm really going to miss those brownies, Miss Carol. I could probably go on for a very long time if I spoke about the effort that each teacher puts in for us. I'm confident that we all have a fair share of memories in class that we would never trade. For me, there was a beanbag in my computer science class, and I used to get the best sleep ever on it. But there were also times when I woke up to the entire class laughing at me, and it was like the worst alarm clock ever. Mr. Hobbs, even though I did fall asleep in your class sometimes, you were the best computer science teacher I could ever ask for, and you pushed me to do the things I never believed I could do. Also, it wasn't just your class that I slept in. There were times in math class when I'd wake up to Laya taking a picture of me or Mackenzie laughing at me. One of the best decisions I made this school year was enrolling in an African literature class. I did it because I wanted to try something new, and it worked out pretty well for me. I learned so many new things about a continent on the other side of the ocean. I also met Miss Jones, who's now my advisor, my favorite person, even though she did give me C's on my first 3 essays in that class. I also got to know Kate Dempster, who helped me make a prom poster since I'm not the best at art. By helped, I mean that she made it for me. I hope you liked it, Martha. Talking about art, I also found myself in an art foundations class to fulfill a graduation requirement during my time here. Towards the end of the first semester, I was walking from the upper school to my art foundations class, which is like all the way over there. You can't see it. It's too far. Yeah. It was January, so it was freezing cold, and I was thinking to myself, why did I take this class? Does a fine art credit really have to be a graduation requirement? At that exact moment, I remembered that I had taken music as a class for 2 years in India, which would have been enough to fulfill the art requirement. I felt awful the entire day, feeling that I had wasted the chance to get another study hall. But then, as the end of the school year came around, I was glad that I took the class, because I learned that I enjoyed art, but I knew it was not a passion that I wanted to pursue, and I would not have known that if I didn't take the class. I also became good friends with Maggie and Jack through art class, so that's another positive. My point is, try everything, otherwise you won't know what you like and what you don't like. Then these next 4 years and the years after that are an amazing time for all of us to figure out what we're passionate about and what we're good at. And never let anyone else define you. What we have in timing and circumstance compared to 99.9% of the world is ridiculous. We literally have a 50-month window to take risks and not be practical. Go travel and learn new things. Ask out that person you like. Start the band that you've always wanted to. Start the business that you've always wanted to. My point is, be massively risk-oriented. Don't be afraid of failure or rejection. I'm only 18, and I already regret not doing so many things that I had the chance to do. We have time on our side. Don't forget, it's a 50-month window. So let's go out there and make the best of it. Thank you for everything, Ravenscroft. I'm going to end this speech the same way I ended my last one. I love you guys.